Have you ever been put in the same group as someone you thought wasn't as popular as you or wasn't as smart as you, and you just go, ugh? Have you ever been paired up with that one colleague and immediately go, oh crap, today's gonna be a long day? Well, chances are you thought that you shouldn't be in that group because obviously you deserve better, right? Well, I have definitely had that thought before. Hey everyone, my name is Yik Khai, and today I'm going to talk to you about two very simple habits. 1. Stop thinking that you're better than everyone. And 2. Live life in the present. Now, you've probably heard both of these advices from your parents, your friends, family WhatsApp groups, Instagram comments, and whatnot. But today, I'm going to share with you my personal experience on how I learned these lessons. I came from an all-boys school here in Malaysia, and yeah, it's pretty different from Western or international schools. Students are split into classes based on their academic ranking. Well, of course, you all go on and on about how this demotivates weaker students, causes discrimination, blah blah blah. But this system works too, because teachers can then tailor lessons specific to students' needs. And I liked this system. Oh, not because of all those reasons, but because I almost always ended up on top. And I'm not gonna lie, it felt good. It felt so good to know that you're better than others. Now, don't lie to yourselves. You know exactly how it feels to be better. And a survey conducted by 16 personalities.com revealed that you and I aren't alone. More than 2/3 of respondents have agreed that deep down, they enjoy feeling superior to others. So I remembered when I first entered secondary school, it was a new environment, new people, new friends, no girls. Yeah, it was hard at first. But because we hadn't taken any tests yet, we were grouped into our classes alphabetically, based on our last name. And well, my last name starts with a Y. So I was in the last class. Of course, I knew it didn't mean that I was in the worst class, but it certainly meant that my classmates were of various academic abilities, and I was concerned. I kept telling myself that, no, I don't belong here. I deserve better. So the school year started, and my classmates were constantly messing around. There were paper balls being thrown all over the place, and it was almost always noisy. Every day I looked out the window, and I prayed for time to go by faster, because by next year we would be regrouped based on our exam results. And I'm sure all of you have had this similar feeling at some point in life, just wanting to get something over and done with. It didn't take long for us to realize where we stood academically. So eventually, my classmates would come to me for help. Now, I was a bit of a jerk back then. Yes, I would have helped them, most of the time. But I do remember on several occasions that I would purposely give them terrible, rushed explanations so that they would either pretend to understand and go away, or give up on even trying and go away. I didn't think that they were worth my time, and I'm not proud of those moments. When my classmates were busy fooling around, I was busy plotting my escape. I didn't realize that I had constructed this imaginary wall between us. I miss those noisy times. I miss those pranks. And when we eventually got regrouped, I remembered exactly how it felt. I had this epiphany, and it didn't feel like I got into a better group. It didn't feel like I had finally escaped. Instead, it felt like I lost something. I felt regret. I regretted that I did not appreciate the time I had with my classmates. I regretted that I kept feeding myself the idea that I deserved better. The wall that I had unconsciously built blinded me from seeing the values in the people around me. Their honesty, their loyalty, teamwork, so much more. And I did not realize by foolishly praying for better classmates that I had missed the chance to really get to know them. And I bet this applies to everyone watching. You never know. The person you thought wasn't cool enough for you to talk to might very well be a future billionaire. And the person you shunned because you thought you were better might very well be your future boss. What I'm saying is that be humble. Because you miss out on so much of what's around you when you think you're better. Society has given so much value to grades, salaries, wealth, that everyone will judge and be judged. It is difficult to ignore, and yes, it is difficult not to compare. But honestly, if you really are better, you wouldn't be constantly reminding yourself. You wouldn't need to. I also had another personal revelation. I regretted that I did not live life in the present, that I was constantly looking forward and constantly craving for more. An incredibly foolish act that was. Terry Jeffords from Brooklyn Nine-Nine said that you don't create your life first and then live it. You create it by living it, not agonizing about it. And it was only when the year ended that it hit me. What have I done? I didn't live much that year. I spent it planning for the next. And I didn't realize that life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. That was a quote from John Lennon. So yes, it is healthy to acknowledge your strengths and feel proud about your achievements. But it is equally important to be humble and remind yourself about the things that really matter in life. I made myself sound so cocky and so arrogant because I wanted to tell you that I had the chance to learn this lesson the hard way, and fortunately extremely early on in life. I learned it when I was still in school, where people were nice to each other, mistakes are forgiven, and conflicts are resolved in the blink of an eye. But more importantly, because a lesson learned is a lesson worth sharing. Thank you.